Gold bugs have just discovered Bitcoin's quantum computing FUD, and they think they've got an ace in the hole. Pack it up, everyone. Gold bugs just discovered Bitcoin's Achilles heel. Say hello to the quantum computing FUD. Welcome back, everyone. There's just so much to choose from that it was tough, right? So I'm going to go with the quantum computing FUD. It looks like some gold bugs have latched onto this. Here's this account, Jesse Colombo. I was mocked just days ago for asserting that Bitcoin was vulnerable to technology disruption and becoming obsolete. Well, Google just made a tremendous leap in quantum computing that will eventually pose a serious threat to crypto. So, I mean, look, we've debunked the quantum computing FUD many times before, before we even dive into the actual debunking of this ridiculous nonsense, I just want to point this out. If quantum computing actually posed a threat to Bitcoin right now, we should be much more concerned about every other network and computing system that is currently in existence and running. Okay, some of these FUDsters, like, they don't realize, like, they think that they have a win, right? Like, you guys like this are like, yeah, that's it, quantum computing is going to destroy Bitcoin. It's like, do you realize what else is running on computers in the world? Like, do you realize all of the different dams in let's say in the US, right? Those are all being run on servers, right? Those machines may or may not be connected to the internet. In most cases, they are not. But my point is that all of the major infrastructure is run by systems, okay? Computing systems. So this idea that you think you've got a win on Bitcoin because of quantum computing, like, you need to really look at the larger implication of what your belief entails. Anyways, the point of this video, though, is to debunk this quantum computing nonsense. And of course, the internet wins again. So the Tyler Durden account responded with, Willow has 105 qubits, okay? And Willow is the new Google quantum computing machine, okay? To crack Bitcoin, you would need between 200 and 400 million qubits. It can also be forked at any time and upgraded. Fantasizing about Bitcoin dying just because you were too brain dead to buy in and make money is the real tweet. And of course, it is indeed coping. And I mean, look, I'm a Bitcoiner, so this narrative sounds good to me, like I do agree with it. But let's go beyond that, right? Because Tyler Durden, I mean, let's face it, right? He's just using someone else's material, and I don't know any better, so I'm going to go take a look as well. I've posted a link in the show notes to a NIST article that describes the current state of quantum computing and what it can do. But more importantly, there was a tweet that was shared from fellow Bitcoiner, Bitcoin Isaiah, and he had retweeted this account, Sabine Hoffenfelder. Now, Sabine appears to be a German physicist, author of Lost in Math and Existential Physics, creator of Science with Sabine. So, I mean, it would seem that Sabine probably has some intimate knowledge as to how quantum computing most likely works, and whether or not this new discovery of Google's, or I should say the new creation of the quantum computer from Google, I mean, whether or not this is a giant nothing burger. And let's take a look at what she had to say about this. They say they did a computation on a 100 qubit chip much faster than a conventional supercomputer could do. The particular calculation in question is to produce a random distribution. The result of this calculation has no practical use. It's exactly the same calculation they did in 2019 on a 50 qubit chip. In case you didn't follow that, Google's 2019 quantum supremacy claim was questioned by IBM pretty much as soon as the claim was made, and a few years later, a group said they did it on a conventional computer in a similar time. So while the announcement is super impressive from a scientific point of view and all, the consequences for everyday life are zero. Let me repeat that. the consequences for everyday life are zero. Estimates say that we will need about 1 million qubits for practically useful applications, and we're still about 1 million qubits away from that. It's been a reoccurring story that we have seen numerous times in the past years, the claim of quantum utility or quantum advantage or quantum supremacy or whatever you want to call it later evaporate because some other group finds a clever way to do it on a conventional computer after all. Multiple sources, and again, guys, I hate to bring it back to the old, in previous cycles. Look, in 2017, the quantum computer FUD was huge. Somebody obviously was, brilliant enough to make a shitcoin. I forget what the ticker symbol was for that. QNT, quantum, was it quantum coin or something like that? Anyways, yeah, that was a giant nothing burger. And if you go take a look at that quantum chart, you'll see that thing just became a pump and dump, which of course is no surprise to Bitcoiners. But look, the reality is this, right? We've seen these narratives over and over again. And really what you need to pay attention to is the only people that are touting these narratives, right? The only people that are essentially amplifying these narratives as loud as possible and attempting to make them true are the people who are either coping that they did not take the time to learn Bitcoin and begin to accumulate it, or people at this point who are just so hell-bent on the destruction of Bitcoin or the perceived destruction of Bitcoin. But either way, in every single situation where we have seen a person, an organization, a group of people, whatever you want, that amplify the noise of immediate decision making that needs to be done in Bitcoin, you always have to ask yourself, who stands to benefit from forcing through a change like this? And again, I'm not saying that, necessarily there's going to be some change forced through due to this, the Willow computer from Google. No, it's a giant nothing burger, right? It's a complete nothing burger. But the point is that these narratives, right, not just the quantum computing FUD, okay, but also even the FUD that somehow the very existence of Bitcoin is going to impoverish non-Bitcoiners, all of these different narratives, okay? This is all by design. It doesn't even matter which one of them wins out, okay? As long as there's one narrative that can be grasped onto by the uninformed and or the truly hateful of Bitcoin, it's all it takes. And then they're going to sit there and amplify that. And I want to reiterate this again, right? Just because somebody repeats something over and over again, and myself included, that doesn't mean that it's true, okay? This is classic. This is called the illusory truth effect. And we have been hearing quantum FUD for a decade. And we have yet to see a quantum computer provide a real world useful application where somehow Bitcoin's encryption is in jeopardy. So guys, quantum computing, giant nothing burger. Google's Willow, giant nothing burger. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'll catch you next time.